Welcome back. It's day 11 of our 12 Days of Christmas reading our devotional plan here. I want to thank you for sticking along this long and for being with us throughout this whole journey. We have a couple more days. We'll get right into it. Here's our reading. It's from Galatians 4, verses 4 through 7. But when the fulfillment of the time came, God sent his Son, born through a woman and born under the law. This was so he could redeem those under the law so that we could be adopted. Because you are sons and daughters, God sent the Spirit of his Son into our hearts, crying, Abba, Father. Therefore you are no longer a slave, but a son or a daughter. And if you are his child, then you are also an heir through God. Our psalm comes from Psalm 130. I cry out to you from the depths, Lord. My Lord, listen to my voice. Let your ears pay close attention to my requests for mercy. If you kept track of sins, Lord, my Lord, who would stand a chance? But forgiveness is with you. That's why you are honored. I hope, Lord, my whole being hopes, and I wait for God's promise. My whole being waits for my Lord, more than the night watch waits for morning. Yes, more than the night watch waits for morning. Israel, wait for the Lord, because faithful love is with the Lord, because great redemption is with our God. He is the one who will redeem Israel from all its sins. Throughout the New Testament, there are several sections where it talks about how we are adopted or we are God's children. One of my favorites is in 1 John, where it talks about how we are not just called sons and daughters of God, it is what we are. And here is another one from Galatians, where it talks about how we are God's children. And if we are his children, we are heirs according to the same promise that Jesus is an heir. We are God's children. May you remember that this day, throughout the rest of this year as well, that we are God's children. I have a couple questions for you to reflect on with you and your family. Here they are. Number one, how does being a child of God shape your identity? And number two, what does it mean to wait for the Lord with hope? Let us close with a prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our transgressions as we forgive others who transgress against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.